Good morning. Hoping this thing is on. I'm gonna double check it here. Got my new video setup going on, or audio, I mean, with this whole thing. Here we go. Making sure I'm not live in the freaking Corona impact group situation.
Got my new
That's pretty
video
good.
setup
All
going
right,
on. For audio.
Bob the Benson.
Whole thing.
What's up, fam? All right, so I'm glad you guys are the two first people here, and Jareen and Kathy Brinkman. Good morning, guys. So let's get into it. First thing in the morning, especially on weekdays, maybe not on the weekend if I, get lame and just sleep in, or just be lame. First thing in the morning, I want to have coffee and do some basic gratitude practice. And start catching up on some daily Stoic. So, I love who showed up this morning. There's been some mornings where people didn't really get it when I was telling them that if you're here, you got to do the work. I mean, you can turn this off if you want to, but I really want to urge people to actually dig into it. So, write 3 things that you're grateful for down. It's better, I think, if you do it in the comments. That way, other people can see it. It's kind of more of a community event. But if you want to just write it down for yourself or write it down in a message to somebody or whatever, that's fine. It's just the point is you need to do it. It really does have an effect. So I need to pour some coffee. You guys need to do some brainstorming. Again, the things you're grateful for, they could be big, they could be small, they can be super significant if you want. That part's up to you. It's just a matter of moving your brain to the point where it's thinking in those terms. Janine Mears, what's up, sister? So yeah, please write down 3 things you're grateful for. I'm gonna pour a little bit of coffee and then do the same thing. Bob, I have every faith in you. I just have to bust the balls in the morning. So for me, and this came up a lot last week, but I gotta say it again. I'm really grateful for Michelle's parents, who are letting me hang out here while all of this pandemic situation goes around. I got my awesome pandemic bunker. It's really not a bunker. Yeah, you totally epic and fantastic fail, Bob. So. Yeah, it's good. I had a good talk with Babs last night. I mean, obviously, being away from her really, really sucks. But looking at everything that we know and medical advice I got from people who are actual experts, it's good that I'm here. So, I gotta be grateful for that. I'm really grateful that all of you guys showed up this morning, including, but not limited to, Kathy Ruin and Jareen, and I'm really grateful for Greg as well, who over the weekend tried to do a Herculean show with like 18 million thousand moving parts, and more of it worked than not. I got to raise a little bit of money. Bunch of it went to Dino, and we actually got to look at our finances between Babs and I, and got to give out a little bit more money that night to a couple people who I totally love as well. So, just, again, I got to be grateful that we're in a spot where we can do that, because obviously a lot of people are not. So that's huge. I just want to go over some of these because that's fun. There you go. Kathy Berman said, grateful for morning coffee from our driveways with neighbors. Never closer than 20 feet. 20 feet is good. I like it. 20 feet is good. Thankful Mojo woke me up in time for this, and I'm coming at it a little bit late. Thankful I'm catching the sunrise here right now. Oh, that's awesome. Grateful my husband has taken this pandemic as serious as I am now. I'm grateful for that too, Dream. Greg said, grateful to be home in my home. Grateful for our local school employees who are keeping students fed in this crisis. Grateful for work opportunity from my friends Leah and Hiroshi. Nice. There we go. We got 12 people watching. So seriously, again, part of this, is work. If you want to show up, I highly recommend it. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. I don't care if it's like, coffee, breakfast, and flowers. It doesn't matter. Just please write some stuff down in the comments because this is sort of a community event, So we got 14 people here now. I think we've had about 7 or 8 people comment with some gratitudes. I'm going to start catching up on some daily Stoic here in a minute, but I urge you, I implore you, write 3 things that you're grateful for down in the comments. Again, if you keep showing up in the morning when we do this, it'll have a tangible result.
He's bleeding again.
What's that? Rodius?
Yeah, I think so. I'm sorry. I'm trying.
That's okay.
I don't know.
We got puppy medics coming through here.
I don't know where was he bleeding before?
It was on the side. He had like a scrape on his leg.
I don't know, but there's like blood spots all over the place.
Oh, I'll check him out in a minute.
Okay, all right.
No more bleeding, Rody. That's not allowed. Excuse me, the side eye. All right, there you go. Yeah, no, my hairdo this morning is on point. We're in full social isolation mode. Thank you, Kelly Smith. All right, so catch up on some daily Stoics here. We're up to March 16th. We're still slowly but surely catching up to the modern day. This one is called That Sacred Part of You. And we can get into it, but if you have coffee, I highly recommend drinking some of it, which I have not done yet. So this is the part of this live experience where I take a moment. Yep. Thank you, Gene. Yeah. Oh, this is quite good. I like that. Oh, yeah. It's never dull. So that sacred part of you. Hold sacred your capacity for understanding, for in it is all. That our ruling principle won't allow anything to enter that is either inconsistent with nature or with the constitution of a logical creature. It's what demands due diligence, care for others, and obedience to God. Marcus Aurelius. The fact that you can think, the fact that you can read this book, the fact that you are able to reason in and out of situations, all of this is what gives you the ability to improve your circumstances and become better. It's important to appreciate this ability because it's a genuine ability. Not everyone is so lucky. Seriously, what you take for granted, others wouldn't even think to dream of. Take a little time today to remember that you're blessed with the capacity to use logic and reason to navigate situations and circumstances. This gives you unthinkable power to alter your circumstances and the circumstances of others. And remember that with power comes responsibility. Everyone on here is thinking about Spider-Man right now. Good morning, Rolo. All right. Excuse me. I think I'm going to do 3 this morning. Mostly because when I woke up, I didn't even want to do this. I don't know if any of you are experiencing that. I've been away from baths for fucking 5 days, and I'm grumpy about it. And, again, like all the logic that we use to make this decision is still perfectly valid. I was just grumpy about it yesterday. Barely slept last night, and I was like, I don't want to do it this morning. And Bob Benson, throwing that message out, basically dropping the gauntlet, making sure I was going to get up and do this morning. That is some good fucking coffee. Anyway, so I'm going to keep going. The beauty of choice. You are not your body and hairstyle. What? But your capacity for choosing well. If your choices are beautiful, so too will you be. Epictetus. It's that line in the movie Fight Club. You are not your job. You're not how much money you have in the bank. You are not the car you drive. You're not the contents of your wallet. Obviously, our friend Epictetus never saw that movie or read the book. Or did he? But apparently the consumerism of the 1990s existed in ancient Rome too. It's easy to confuse the image we present to the world for who we actually are. This is actually who I am. You guys probably know that already. Especially when media messaging deliberately blurs that distinction. You might look beautiful today, but if that was the result of vain obsession in the mirror this morning, you can tell it was not. The Stoics would ask, are you actually beautiful? A body built from hard work is admirable. A body built to impress gym rats is not. That's what the Stoics urge us to consider. Not how things appear, but what effort, activity, and choices they are the result of. Well, that just kind of, the activity, effort, and choices that led to this amazing hairdo is sloth and being a shut-in. So I'm not sure how beautiful that is. Except that, yeah, okay. I just, the underlying reasons why I'm here, when articulated, probably qualify. So March 18th, we'll do one more. I'll take a break. And then in about an hour and a half, Greg and I are going to be shooting the shit over on the YouTubes. So impossible without your consent. Today, I escaped from the crush of circumstances, or better put, I threw them out, for the crush wasn't from outside me, but in my own assumptions. On tough days, we might say, my work is overwhelming, or my boss is really frustrating. If only we could understand that this is impossible. Someone can't frustrate you. Work can't overwhelm you. These are external objects, and they have no access to your mind. Those emotions you feel, as real as they are, come from the inside, not the outside. The Stoics use the word hypolepsis, which means taking up, of perceptions, thoughts, and judgments by your mind. What we assume, what we willingly generate in our mind, that's on us. We can't blame other people for making us feel stressed or frustrated any more than we can blame them for our jealousy. The cause is within us. They're just the target. I do have some important things on my mind. Like, how is Ashoka Tano going to make out by the end of Clone Wars, which I started watching last night? And that it's too bad that the voice actor for Ashoka Tano is not going to be in Mandalorian season 2. But I'm very glad that that particular character is going to be in that show. These are very deep thoughts that require being had. Anyway, so thank you guys very much for joining me. Again, if you haven't written down 3 things in the comments yet that you're grateful for, I'm going to turn this off in a second. That does not stop you from doing it. I've actually had a bunch of people, leaving their gratitudes throughout the day, and obviously I highly encourage that. But yeah, that's it. That's this whole thing. It's simple, and yet, a fun way to start the day. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but the news is not going to get good today. So at least for this much of my first coffee, we're going to keep it chill. Cheers. See you in like an hour and a bit. But on the YouTubes, we'll fire some links back here. But you want to go to youtube.com/C/a coffee live, one word. And then you'll be able to see #coffee at 10. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Sometimes more these days, because what the fuck else are we going to do? Anyway, cheers.